Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to this online event, Building a Digital Future, event organized with Dahua. I am Simone De Titta. I represent TechnoAware, one of the Dahua partners, and thanks to Dahua for inviting us here. I'm going to talk to you about video analysis, of course, which still is the most fashion topic in this market. But of course, I will want to introduce to you a new solution, a new, very interesting solution that we have developed together with the Dahua, and I'm going to talk to you about in a few minutes. So stay tuned with this presentation because it's going to be a very interesting solution that we are going to show. So a few words just for introducing TechnoAware, for whom is not still knowing us. TechnoAware is an Italian company. We are based in Italy. We were born in 2003. So it's almost 20 years that we are in the market. So probably we are one of the oldest companies doing only analytics in this market. And we specifically are and claim to be expert of analytics. So we claim to be complete in terms of the offer that we can give for about analytics. An expert, of course, this is the first competence. The competence is the first thing that we want to offer to our partners, and universal because, of course, doing only analytics, since ever we do integrate integrated solutions, EMSs and cameras for completing the solution about intelligence video surveillance. So actually, we are spread out of the world, so we are working practically worldwide with the technology partners that we also share with Dahua, of course. And we have persons around the world able to support you anywhere you are. Dahua and TechnoAware, we collaborate since 2014. So since when Dahua started this program about integrating the video analysis with third parties and with integrating inside onboard cameras with their own processor. So we already have several cases together, of course, all around the world. And we are compatible now in Edge solution with our module with the Series 8, but especially with the latest Series 5 and 7, and the thermal camera, which is the new thing that I'm going to show to you today exactly. Well, video analysis. Now, you say, why TechnoAware? Why Dahua is working with TechnoAware? I mean, Dahua is already with a plenty of analytics. Everybody has analytics now inside the camera. It is analytics. I mean, deep learning now is the new fashion, artificial intelligence again. But be careful because, first of all, it's nothing new at all. Deep learning is not new at all. It was born in 1956, actually, but it was just not available for real-time processing up to some years ago. But deep learning is a detector and a classificator. So it's not behavior analysis. It's, of course, a great new technologies, which changes definitely the generation of analytics. And of course, we use that. But it's a box, it's a closed box. You are going to be able to detect specific targets in specific conditions. And if you don't have a training for that specific target in that specific conditions, very well, you are not going to work with that. You have needed to train a specific target in specific condition. And deep learning is not realizing that the person is falling down. Deep learning is not for realizing if a vehicle is stationary there, or if it's doing a specific trajectory, or if something is happening specifically in a specific environment. This is behavior analysis, and this is still the classical video analysis that they still going to do. So what actually we do? Of course, we keep on being completing. Of course, we use deep learning as a new ingredient, but new ingredient, new medicine, like I always want to sell, but there is not anything magic. Okay, deep learning is not magic, self-learning. You need anyway someone competent, able to understand where to use it, where not, how to use it in cases where you don't have the specific trained target. So, of course, in the cameras, in the main vendors, of course, they have some basic things. Detection of person, yes, of course, general conditions. But if you have to search for this object. Maybe no, maybe they don't have, so they need us for being able to create a specific one for the specific application. And then, of course, again, it's just detection, classification, not behavior. So for everything that we are going to see in this presentation as well, still we can give our, and we do give our competence and our contribution. That's why Dahua is definitely working with us. For the high-end solution, call it as you want, but for everything that is not really generic and where with the analysis, yes, it's just nice to have, but who cares? Okay. But when with analysis is the topic of the project, of course, they work with us and with other partners that are able to do that. That's why penicillin is not healing anything. Okay, it's not that deep learning or whatever you can use is the magic, as I said, medicine. No, you need a lot of things, and you need, most of all, a competent doctor able to tell to you that beware to illusionism. This is something that you see in YouTube, but maybe it's not real. Maybe if you want that, you have to do that. Okay, so there are a lot of smoky claims, again, more and more and more and more in this period. So beware to illusionism, and always take care about the fact that analytics anyway is very powerful now, of course, but still needs competence and know-how. It still needs a doctor able to tell to you how to achieve certain kinds of applications, with which kind of medicine, which kind of amount, and how, where, what, and still this is absolutely needed. That's why they work with us. So what's the new? The new is what I started to say before. We track intrusion. It's our function for professional intrusion detection. So not only indoor, not only in generic, in a specific condition, but in challenging condition, in everywhere, in outdoor, of course. Edge inside Dahua cameras, not a new, but it's new that it is for thermal cameras. So we developed a specific intrusion function that now is available inside thermal cameras, Dahua's thermal cameras. And this is, I think, a great achievement, because we created together a standalone solution which can be used for perimeter intrusion detection, of course, but not only, for anywhere where it is needed, something for protecting, and it's not like a sterile area, no, where you just have nothing. Okay, no, it's a normal area. We see some examples. And we can process 640 per 480 like resolution. So we can also process in high resolution, because the processor that I was using is very powerful. So it allows now to use our heavy algorithms, of course heavy. If you need to be performing in all the conditions, I'm sorry, there's no magic. It needs to have heavy, powerful algorithms. Who says, wow, with just very fast algorithm, I can do anything? Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe if you need something for challenging solutions, you need something quite complex. And of course, this processor is a great improvement that Dahua made for allowing that. And that's why we have the same performances as for our server-based version. Moreover, standalone solution in terms also to the notification. So we can directly from the camera send a notification of alarm to Dahua DSS or to any VMS available in the market, the main one, Milestone, the same, Vigilon, Genetech, any VMS that we already integrate in our normal offer. Emails, IO module through Modbus or Moxa senders, or generic HTTP TCP calls that we can, network calls that we can create. So it can be a solution that you have for this kind of applications. And let's go actually to see. Let's go actually to see some example directly. Okay, you have this Dahua thermal camera, you have this intrusion module, you have this. Okay, let me move my face, which is not really interesting in this case. And you can very easily draw areas. For example, okay, just click in the image. Or you can draw gates like this one, zigzag or whatever. You can give a direction to it. And you can direction in, direction out, both directions. And you can configure unlimited areas or unlimited crossing gates, anyone independent. Then you go to VCA parameters. You go to configure minimum amount of parameters, okay? So just the sides of the target, the perspective, okay? And okay, you are in the outdoor, so you can use some morphology. I'm sorry, products that does not have parameters, of course, are not able to be generic. For being generic, for being able to work everywhere, some parameters you need to have, of course. Otherwise, you can't go to adjust for the specific application. It's nice to say in the marketing, we have few parameters, but still, and we will see next example, we still keep on having hidden, okay, huge amount of parameters because there are disparate situations. I call them the parameters of the miracle, the miracles, okay? So when it is needed to make a miracle, of course, we still keep on being able to do that. Of course, we wouldn't want to do that. But in general, for applications that are respecting the requirements, okay, that's it. Let's go see how it works. And that's it. We have in a few seconds, the module configured for detecting targets in standard scenarios. So for example, this is quite easy scenario, of course, but let's make another example now where things are much more challenging. Of course, in this case, we still had not to use miracle parameters, but of course, just to show to you the way generally we should work. So not only the sterile areas, as we say, no, here we are, very high vegetation, wind, and a lot of problems here. And that's why TechnoAware is needed here, because TechnoAware is specialized for that. Since 20 years, we do study algorithms for going for that and for keeping it easy for the customer and performing for the customer. That's why we are here. Okay, now hopefully someone is coming. I don't remember. Oh, okay, our guy is coming. And you see that anyway, even if the condition is dramatically challenging, there is a very good detection, very good tracking. And that, of course, this, for example, does not need deep learning at all. I will never use deep learning for such an application. It's stupid, just useless, And you don't have the features for playing with deep learning here. I can play with intrusion detection with deep learning if I wanted in a specific closed area to detect, for example, only person and to filter cars, of course. But as you see, I use the medicine where it is needed. Here it's not needed. Here you just need powerful algorithms able to do that. Deep learning is not one of that in this case. Let's go back very fast to close the presentation. Well, just a few seconds, just for closing, to show to you very, very briefly what we teach, because we do courses. One of the things for intrusion detection, okay, yes, with my video analysis, I can go 300 meters or 500 meters, detect just 1 pixel. That's wonderful, yeah. Sorry, but we are in reality, okay? Video analysis can't see the invisible. Unfortunately, when you are in certain conditions, I'm going very fast here just because it's not the topic, but just for telling to you, I'm sorry, when you see these tables, detection 300 meters, but the ranges are calculating according to Johnson's criteria and very different weather condition, very weather condition. So what does it mean? That when it rains, it doesn't work? Of course not, of course not. Because we are talking about visibility, not geometry. So be careful when they say, 300, 400, 500 meters, be careful. because a camera, even a good camera, very, very good camera, unless it is not a military camera for any for a use and for very expensive military cameras, the attenuation is very heavy, and you can have a good visibility here even if you are 600 meters, and absolutely no visibility here even if you are 120 meters. Can you see the guy walking here? Of course you can't, because in here there were 42 degrees, 120 meters, not 500. You understand what I mean? Okay, so rely on the doctor, okay? And then let's go on working. Otherwise, you can make an agreement with your thieves. Okay, I'm going only to have my robbery during ideal conditions. Okay, if he signs, no problem. You can go 500 meters, whatever you want. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but you need something more professional. You need specific technical requirements. And again, rely to the doctor for doing that correctly. And beware to illusions again. Just very fast to show to you that, okay, I'm not going to show this video because time is not allowing that. But of course, at your disposal. Just for saying that we don't have only intrusion, of course, we have actually 27 available functions for people counting, for retail, for hot zone heat maps, and for left object, stolen object, loitering, panic disorder, sleep fall, counting, traffic management, queue management, wrong way, smoke and fire detection, face detection, LPR, schema detection, parking lot, thermography. So with thermography cameras, so here there is a bit of confusion. PTZ, light, object detection. Okay, this is definitely based on deep learning only. I want to detect a helmet. Perfect, I train it for that, and that's the game. And of course, we are developers of anything that we offer, so we can also customize for specific application, for specific integration. Okay, and we have our own face recognition. So you see, we have the plenty of what video analysis, and it's all our own competence. Okay, let's close with our friend with this cow who was detected, just for a little laugh. And yes, video analysis, please, because definitely video analysis now, definitely deep learning helped for that, but with the right competence, with the right partner, with the right doctor, rely on the doctor. Here we have our contacts. I am at your disposal. Thank you and have a great time.